Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the summer. Last week, we talked about life insurance beneficiaries and probate. This week, I thought I'd talk a little bit about what to know about probate. Now, sometimes you'll read about someone's will needing to go through probate. These are called tombstone ads in the newspaper. And you can also sometimes hear that someone famous had died without a will. Now, what does this really mean? A will is a legal document that spells out the distribution of your assets and how your family or children will be cared for at your death. Probate is a process used to prove a decedent's will is valid and to supervise the handling of his or her estate. Probate involves a specialized court skilled in handling these situations. The process will depend on the state in which the process is taking place. Someone petitions the court to start the probate process and submits a will once you're gone. As we mentioned, some people die without a will. In this case, there are no legal instructions about the distribution of your estate. Nevertheless, your assets will be distributed. In these cases, the state will step in and dictate where your property will go. Now, in doing so, the state will follow what are called its intestacy laws, which outline predetermined patterns of how property is distributed. Now, due to the fact that each state has its own intestacy laws and they're different, the distribution patterns vary. Most states allow for property to go to the spouse and children. However, this may not be the distribution pattern you had in mind. Probate may cause other things to happen that may not be what you had in mind either. Now, this could include who takes charge and settles your estate and who takes care of your minor children. The state will try to do what is best, but may not equate to what you wanted. All of this leads to the importance of having a will. Depending on the situation, probate can take a few months to a number of years to complete. It can take longer if litigation is concerned. It can be time consuming for sure. This means assets may not be distributed to your heirs in a timely manner. Assets can lose value or heirs may suffer due to lack of financial support. Now, the probate process can also be costly. Costs could involve court fees, legal notices that must be published, executive fees, and bond premiums. It could also involve appraisal fees and attorney expenses. These costs can be as little as a few $100s or in the thousands of dollars for larger, more complex estates. Costs could even be more if there is litigation. So who pays this expense? Your estate does, and this is money that your heirs do not receive if that were to happen. One other point to consider is the public nature of probate. Your will is a public document made by the probate process. Anyone can see it, so your affairs are no longer private and your assets that you have in your estate are no longer private. With these three drawbacks to the probate process, time, money, and its public nature, are there any good reasons to undertake such a process? Well, a lot of people will end up doing trust, but there are some reasons you may want this to happen. Surprisingly, there are some instances that can make sense. One involves multiple wills. Determining which one is true can be problematic, and the probate will decide the answer. If the will is confusing or complex, probate could provide the clarity needed to distribute the estate. Sometimes beneficiaries will disagree on how an estate should be handled. They may actually get in the way of the process. The probate court will deal with these issues. If the estate has no money and lots of debt, the probate court can sort through this situation as well. Now, since each circumstance is different, consider speaking with an estate planning attorney or have your will and other estate planning documents drafted and reviewed. Keep in mind that this isn't really a once and done situation either. It is wise to periodically review your estate planning documents and see if they truly do reflect your current wishes.